good evening to all of our viewers. We are going to continue our discussion on time. And during our last episode, we spoke about you looking at this particular asset that is called time and determining how can you create the habits to best invest your time wisely. During that episode also, we spoke about you identifying what are your top time wasters and determining how can you help to alleviate them so that you can really invest your time effectively. Now, I want to help you as part of that exercise to really create a structure that you can start thinking about your activities and where do they fall with regard to what we call our time target. The questions you may need to ask yourself: number one, are you engaging in activities that are not urgent and not important? These are activities that we refer to as distractions. These may be things such as playing games on your phone for an excessive amount of time. It could be scrolling Facebook, especially if you're not using it for a productive reason. Next question: are you engaging in activities that are urgent but not important? These activities, we can refer to them as delusions, where other people create urgencies for you. This could be someone calling you from reading or from doing something productive and taking you to walk up and down Regent Street, and still you don't get anything done. As the first slide indicated, if you don't manage your time effectively, someone else would manage it for you. Sometimes we may end up in a situation where we have activities that are both urgent and important, and these are what we call our demand activities. The question you need to ask yourself when an activity fits this criteria or not is this taking me closer towards my goal? Because let's face the fact, there may be situations where we're not able to plan for every single eventuality. So when it happens, we can make that quick decision: is it going to take me close towards my goal or not? So, for example, if you are an entrepreneur and let's say you are in printing and copying, and someone calls and says, I need 1,000 copies of a particular book within the next 24 to 48 hours. That could be a high demand activity that you didn't plan for. But because you are an entrepreneur in that line of business, it takes you closer towards your goal, and it means that you can then accommodate that particular activity. Finally, it is important for us to think about how can we avoid these delusions and distractions, and even some cases reduce the demand activities. One of the ways that we can do that is by operating within the zone, having activities that are important but not urgent. And we can achieve this by actually working on our schedules to book our activities so that we do not find ourselves in that position where we are between a rock and a hard place, where we have to make a choice between who should we actually make happy. I would encourage you to work on your schedules. So when you have those activities already scheduled, it avoids the rush, the demand, and making persons unhappy. As business owners, as business leaders, we encourage you to book your activities in that would help your business to grow. And this is what we call working on your business type of activities. So to think about this and to think about a time target and what is actually pulling your time, you would want to make sure that for the distractions, they take up less than 1% of your time. For those delusional activities, persons really pulling on your time, you want to keep it somewhere around 15% of our time. The demand activities, to keep it somewhere between 20 to 25% of our time. The majority of it, we want to make sure that we keep it in the zone so that we can schedule our activities and we can add to our productivity. So ideally, it is your decision of how you want to invest your time. To learn more about this particular concept and how you can actually utilize your time more effectively to improve your self mastery, I'd encourage you to join our Time Rich Seminar, which is going to be next Thursday from 1 to 4 p.m. And that is going to be on August the 5th. Sign, get registered, call us on 223-5583, and one of our team members will be more than happy to get you registered. Dr. Durgan?
Thank you very much, Coach Keon, for sharing that information with us. And I can see week after week, many more people are attending the training sessions. And what's most of the feedback that you're getting when people attend your training sessions, Coach Keon?
So most of the feedback, our persons are really excited to be exposed to the knowledge in general. And I think some of them go through a sticker shock as to understanding they're really in control of how they effectively use their time versus just blaming time in general. So it gives them that sense of responsibility as an individual to really be masters of the time that they've been given. It is how we utilize those 24 hours that will make the biggest